There is no day that is worse than a whole room full of people with cameras and lights standing around and watching you with a floppy penis.
When you know you're going to be on set the next day and you know you need to perform, is there anything you will do to prepare yourself for it? Like in terms of physical activity, or maybe having like a tactical beforehand, or eating certain foods or not eating?
Absolutely. There's a whole bunch of stuff. The night before a scene, what I'll typically do is I'll have what I call my boner shake. So my boner shake is really simple. It's just 4 raw eggs and a scoop of vanilla protein powder and some water. And I blitz that up. So I've got all the basic chemical building blocks I need to produce a ton of testosterone while I'm asleep. Like all that cholesterol, good cholesterol in me, a bunch of other stuff, right? I call it my boner shake because if you do that, if you try that, 4 raw eggs and go to sleep, you should wake up the next morning with a raging hard on.
Chris, can you go to the shop and get some eggs, please?
And I kind of use that as like a litmus test too for like testosterone levels. Like if I'm not waking up with a hard on, okay, maybe something I did the day before was off, right? I'm not getting enough sunlight and my sleep was off, my diet was off, and then I'll correct that. And it's like, okay, cool. Now we're back on track because I'm waking up with morning wood, right? I think guys should naturally wake up that way. Boner shake is something I definitely take the day before. Basic stuff like getting good sleep. I try not to go and masturbate and climax or anything like that the night before. In some cases, I'll deliberately give myself blue balls. Either I'll see a girl and I won't finish, or I'll just deliberately try to like...
You would have thought, logically thinking about it, that means that you will blow your load quicker.
That has never been a problem for me.
You can control it.
I can last as long as I want.
Really?
Never, ever been a problem. For me, I was always more afraid of not being excited enough. That was the paranoia I had, right? Because those are the two things. Are you so excited that you pop super, super early? Or are you not excited enough that you can't get a boner? And in my experience on set, the latter, like not getting a boner at all means no one gets paid. Yeah. Let's say hypothetically,
did that ever happen, by the way?
I've had one day where I had it was probably the biggest learning lessons in my entire career. Just failed miserably. And it was for a director I really, really respected too. And I think that's probably why I wasn't even nervous about the girl. It was like, is this big director? I'm like, if I do well with him, all these great things are going to happen.
Start getting anxious.
And I got so in my head. This was probably about a year-ish into me starting in the industry. And I'm actually incredibly grateful that it happened, because it happened so early. So like the timing of it, if it happened at the very, very beginning of my career, I probably would never have had a career. I had enough runway and enough experience. So like this one bad scene didn't ruin my career. And it taught me a whole bunch of lessons about like mentality and nerves and how to manage that, how to manage expectations and what that means for like your anxiety. And all this came from this one really shitty day on set. There is no day that is worse than a whole room full of people with cameras and lights standing around and watching you with a floppy penis. That is a terrible day. But that's why I have sympathy for guys.
I can't even imagine how bad that is.
But that's why I can now, if some guy comes to me and he's like, hey, I'm nervous in the bed with my new girlfriend, I'm like, mate, I got you. Don't worry. We can fix this. Easy. Like, that's no problem compared to what I've had to go through, right?